Hi, I'm Rogan Corbridge. I'm an ENT surgeon working in Reading, and I just wanted to give you a bit of an update on the COVID surgery face mask that we've developed using the snorkel mask as a protective device. I think the first thing to say is there's been a huge amount of interest from all around the world about this, and that obviously shows that there's a fair amount of concern and potential need for this sort of device. And we're doing our very best to try and cover all the obstacles that are coming up as we progress this project. I guess one of them is relating to the supply and the production of these. We can produce a small number of these locally using a 3D printer, and we'll continue to do that to try and meet the demand. That said, the printer files are also available. And if you have access to a 3D printer, then there's nothing to stop you printing them yourselves. Clearly that might be a good option for those of you that are interested in doing this outside the UK. In order to see that link, which we will post below, you need to click the little downward arrow button in the bottom corner next to this video. That will then reveal the links, and the one you're looking for is the link to Thingiverse, and the printer files are available there. We're also looking at upscaling, whether there are options for injection molding and mass production of these items, and there's really some quite exciting developments that may even consider making an entire mask with the filter adapted, specifically made for a medical device, rather than it being repurposed from a leisure snorkeling device. We could even get to the stage where we create a one-use disposable item. But those things are for the future. We've got a current crisis that we need to try and deal with now, and what we're trying to give you is immediate solutions to problems. This project comes with a whole heap of disclaimers, and I will provide a disclaimer that will follow the end of this video to try and explain the nature of this project. None of this is kite marked. We are using this equipment for purposes that it was not originally designed for. This opens a whole heap of legal minefields, and yet I think it is a project that's worth considering, because there is undoubtedly a need and a demand for this sort of project. Where you do have sufficient kite marked bespoke equipment that is medical grade, I absolutely urge you to use it. I certainly wouldn't consider using this if you have something that meets the requirements of your department. Just to recap, this allows for full face protection, including the nose, mouth and eyes. It also gives illumination so that you can wear a headlight, and it also is possible to wear glasses inside the unit. These are the big problems that we've found with any other alternative that's been offered to us so far. Some people have talked about NHS fit testing, and I can confirm that this has passed the fit test. The NHS fit test, which I use for my own NHS provided paper PPE mask, and this were the same. I passed this without any problems. I have had colleagues whose face shape means that this is not a universal solution. People who've got a very long, thin face, this unit does not fit well, and there are certainly some potentials for this not to work in every individual. But that is the same as any of the PPF3 masks that we are currently being provided with in the NHS. One of the questions we've had around this item is cleaning, and in particular relating to the fabric straps. We've been suggested that we use Clorox and water in a solution to clean these. And for the moment, that seems a reasonable option, as well as the dunking of the entire mask in soapy water and then leaving it to dry out. One of the problems we've got is communication when using this item. It's very difficult to be heard. I'm working with my colleagues in the audiology department to see if we can provide some sort of throat-based microphone probably either through a phone or through a Bluetooth speaker, and I think that would give us much better communication. The initial tests from that seem to be quite good, and we're working on a prototype, and I'll update you with that as soon as we've got something that we think is reasonable. One of the last things, I guess, having again used this, is to go through the process for doffing our equipment. This, we know, is one of the most hazardous times for inadvertent contact with COVID virus. And I'll show you in a moment the process that we seem to have found is most user-friendly and safest. With regards to ordering any further units, we'll do our very best to keep up with the demand. If you would please make any requests through the SurveyMonkey link, again that's shown below to the right hand side. If you click the little downward button, that will reveal the links underneath, and if you could fill in the survey and leave your details there, that makes collation of all these much easier. So we'll give you any further updates, particularly with regards to any communication advances that we have, and we'll let you know how we get on. So as I said, the amount of interest we've had has been amazing, and I'm delighted to say that the adapters are now available in small numbers. We've sent out our first batch today, and we look forward to trying to keep up with local demand as much as we can. Stay safe out there.